welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Oh yes, it's Duke Friday. As you can see, Jimmy and I are literally right on brand. Thank you for choosing to start off your weekend with us right here on SABC3.
Indeed, and we now turn our attention to one of the advertising industry greats, Pepe Marais, who's released his second book, which he wrote during the lockdown, and it's got quite an interesting cover to boot. Take a look. The multiple award-winning Chief Creative Officer of Joe Public United, Pepe Marais, has just released another hot must-read. It's hot on the trails of his successful debut, Growing Greatness. In this book, he encourages others, particularly the younger generation, to seek growth through their changed behavior. Tonight, we're at the exclusive launch of Pepe's 20 Habits That Break Habits. I don't even know where to start because I feel like I know you, I know Oma M, I know Heidi, I know Jasper, just reading the book. But let me start off by saying congratulations on a second book. Do you ever feel like and look back and think that you were going to be an author?
Never. So even the first book was completely by chance. I was approached by a publisher who asked me to write my first book, so I had no dreams at that stage of writing a book, and the book did very well. And then the second book was an idea I had in 2019 out of the blue. So I went and put pen to paper, and now my second book's on the table.
Let's talk about the packaging of the book. Is the idea that you take the book out of the box, and does that really motivate you to think outside of the box?
No, I wish I thought of it like that, but not at all. So I drew down the front page. The front page looked exactly like the cover of the box. I sent it to my publisher, and I think within 2 weeks, The Tobacco Wars came out as a book, which had cigarettes on the front cover, and I felt like, that idea has been done. And I then decided to rather build a franchise of Growing Greatness. My design team at Joe Public Shift actually said, no, but then we turn the front cover into a box and we'll put it inside the box. But I think I'm going to start saying that it's so you think out of the box.
Well, I'm definitely going to send you my invoice. You definitely share a lot about your life and your story in the book, but you also speak about 20 smokers. Why particularly single out smokers?
It was all part of the idea. So I used to smoke for 18 years. And I suppose that's also why I don't go good and bad habits, because I loved smoking. So I didn't want to go and judge smoking and go, that's a bad habit. I'm giving you a good habit. And it was just a limiting habit to me in my life. But the idea was to interview 20 smokers, because there's 20 cigarettes in a pack of 20s, and then to actually ask them about their limiting habits. And during the interview, I timed their smoking speed, and I then timed their reading speed, and I worked out how many words I would have to write for each smoker when they read their chapter. It technically should take the time of one cigarette. So that was the idea of the book. And then the interesting thing was none of the smokers actually thought that smoking was limiting. They all had other limiting habits.
I like that. I like the fact that you use the terms limiting and liberating as opposed to good and bad. Why that positive approach and wording?
And I suppose it's the same thing, because we're very easy to judge. So we go good and bad. And I found in my experience, anything that I judge as bad often is the starting point of something really good. So I didn't want to judge habits, and I didn't want to judge people, but I'm very aware that some of my own habits limited my life, limited my potential. And the new habits that I started introducing into my life really liberated my life. I had this idea to write a second book, and I thought, I don't want to have as heavy as the first one. Completely freaked my mother out the first book. Because all the dirty washing was out there, sisters, and they'd have all like, who hasn't read it yet? She doesn't like reading, she loves cooking.
I love reading, but when I saw my name, I stopped.
Heidi, you got quite emotional when you did the opening for Pepe. Tell me why that is.
Probably because I operate from my heart. And I know that Pepe operates from his heart, and we've been together for such a long time. We've been through so many ups and downs, and we've got such a deep connection. And I know how important it is for him to be modest and not come from a place of being better or successful. He really works from his heart. So I connect with that, and I just can't help being emotional.
He, of course, dedicated this book to you because he said that you finding your purpose has helped him find his purpose. Do you take any credit for that at all?
Not at all. We're on a journey together. Started when we were 16, and every moment, every up, every down, every smile, every frown, it's part of the journey. And he supports me where I need to be supported, and I support him where he needs to be supported.
Pepe, maybe in closing, if there's one thing you want readers to take away from the book, what would that be?
I wrote it much more light-hearted than the first one. And just try and find that little gem that might just shift your life. Because habits, they're profound. Your success in life depends on them. But by no means try and apply all 20 of them. Find one that you think is relevant, that resonates, even if it is to start using I language rather than you language, which is quite an interesting one. But yeah, just if there's one little thing, I hope someone, if it can shift anyone, then I'd be very grateful.
Of course, I'm not going to leave without asking you to sign my book. Is that okay? If you're looking to do better and think better, then this one is for you. After my enlightening conversation with one of the advertising greats, I'm definitely motivated to discover my own inner greatness.
Jamie, I know that straight after that shoot, you were so inspired. You connected with them on a different level. How was it?
Absolutely amazing. I actually read that book in 2 days. It is so just enlightening. If you're wanting to change, and I think everyone's going to go through this period now when it's new year, new me, and you want to unlearn, bad habits and just discover your inner greatness, then this book is for you. Pepe Marais and his family was just so welcoming and just shared so much, and it's something that I will live by and live off this book forever. It's life-changing.
I love that so much. Thank you for bringing all of that feel-goodness here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. The feel-goodness will continue, but now let's tap into those news headlines. Here's G.